For the win. I've got to get this in a tough wind, get the water skip. Is this going to make oh man. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Alright, here we go. Getting some multiplayer for this season. I haven't been taking it super seriously up to this point. So we'll see who my opponents are. There we go. Anders and Thomas right off the bat. We're getting Thomas in there. And certainly the opportunity for a very competitive play. Maple Hill Gold 2024 right off the bat. I'm not sure if any of these holes are different than 22. Blueberry Thicket. And then Coyote Canyon 5 to close it out. That's going to be an interesting one to have a lot of potential separation right at the end. Okay, I'm pretty sure gold works with a diamond. I kind of right on the basket on the forehand, and even give that a straight pullback. I went down a little bit too low. It's hard to trust this line. Am I even going to be out? I think I'm out of the foliage if I can see the basket. I can see the basket 90 feet away, a little bit raised up, so we'll add some power to this. Able to save it, but I really like the diamond for this line because it takes kind of the risk of OB out of play. And when you hit it right, you're coming straight up that pack. But the problem is, of course, if I don't actually know my aim point, then it's not a good chance of being able to get the birdie if I'm going into those bushes a lot. So I got to figure out where to actually aim for that one. All right, 10. Oh, this is not a get way up the hill. This is the tough one. Slide left. I put the middle chevron kind of right on that root with the light glide paradigm and give it a straight pullback. I want to hug these trees, but not go in the trees. And this is just about perfect for what I could have expected. Now let's see if I can capitalize on it and throw about 100 feet of power up over this wall. And oh, sneaking it in. I have a tendency to aim that one too far left and I'm really close to chaining out on the left side. Thankful that one was able to hold in. And I think it's the kind of, what's it called? The turret? Not that turrets. The ridges on the top of the wall sticking up that I'm trying to avoid. That's what making me think about, why I ended up missing to the left. Because you go back in that video right here, you'll see it was blocking kind of the right side of the basket. So I want to aim a little further left and make sure I don't hit that. I didn't hit it, got it in. 17. All right, I think my preferred play here is Light Glide Paradigm. Full power will go flying OB. I got to take a little bit of power off. And if it stays safe, it's pretty fantastic. Yep, doesn't get much better than that. I could be in closer, of course. But 120-ish feet of power is what I'm looking at here. Boom. A lovely knockback. Yeah, that's a fun one to get. There's certainly things you can do going forehand or if you're in lefty mode to get way down there into the green. Lots of eagles on the card. But it's really tough to do. So we're holding the solo lead now. Let's see if we can keep it going. Blueberry Thicket. This big tailwind tells me I'm not going to go Glide Sapphire. I'm going to go Water Skip. No, because when I face it, it's just a right to left wind, so I am going to go Glide. Otherwise, I'm going to mess up my aim point quite a bit. Right on the chevron. No, that even still would have been high. Oh, ace by Thomas. Of course, an ace by Thomas. Go forehand down here, about like 40 power. Sweet. Oh no, Anders. That's an awful place to. No. Sorry, bud. Rough round. We'll move on. We don't have to watch it all. Blueberry Thicket 2. Again, I feel like there's not a good run at this that's safe for me. But hey, that's good enough. That musket, a sticky musket, has been my line for hole 1 and 2 of Blueberry Thicket, and it's so rare that I get it. I feel like even when it's online, it's often not high enough, but that's good enough to take that lead back. Blueberry thicket 5. I take the warship right on top of the basket and a full disc of analyzer. And this is way too wide. Who got that one? Anders! Nice ace, dude. Down the green, we'll throw in our fuse. Our last 46. Oh my gosh! What are you guys doing? That is such a tough ace to get. I think, anyway, it's a tough ace to get. Both you guys getting it. Crazy. Alright, Kaito 7. Thankfully, I have a wind where I'm comfortable with it. As I can get around the corner here, the wind is going to push me up. Over this? Over this? Holy cow, that's a lot closer than I'd be comfortable with, than I am comfortable with. But we are thankfully across. Wow. This is one of those holes that is a fun, very easy hole with the right wind. The tough wind without a light glide drive in my bag is a lot tougher to do. All right, hole 1, we're just going to get the musket down there. Oh, you might have seen I have the glide skip Voss in my bag. I'm just trying out in the paradigm slot, the glide skip paradigm slot, but I haven't had a chance to throw it this round. Maybe in the next round we'll get to Voss a bit. And I feel like I haven't thrown it much at all this season, just a few times, like when I played Enso. That's how I'd be able to throw it. Ooh, tricky wind. I think it's Sapphire wind because it's pushing so much. Wait, is that the right aim point? Yep, it's our aim point. Come on, Sapphire. Yes, wind, push it, push it, push it. Little kiss. Fantastic. Oh, still a bit of distance out there. 87 feet. I'm going to throw this with 80 power. Let's get this. Sticking it in. Thomas, where you at? This is for the win. You got to see me finish it. You're wide out there. Looks like you made the correction compared to Anders' line. All right, a little bit of work left for Thomas. If he sinks this, we're tied. If not, we're going to be able to take a solo win on this card. Is that him right there? I think that's him, just between the blue and the yellow follow flights. And he sinks it. Nice finish, Thomas. So we are going to tie up that one. Let's move on over to round 2. Sweet. Love when this happens. We got Thomas back again. A couple of new players. We had Northern Lights 8, 4, and 1. Lost Island in the middle. Pirates Bay 3. That's going to be the drama hole at the end. So wind, that makes me like the diamond even more. It's just going to push and fly way up there. No reason to get anything much crazier than a fairway driver. Unless, of course, I'm trying to run the green, which is a fun possibility when you have that tailwind. I'll go glide Sapphire here. Make sure I get it out around. Fade back. Little bit of ground play would be nice. Little bit of ground play it is. 63 feet. We'll throw it on the forehand. Sway left. Sway left. Nope, I'm going to reset this. I'm just going to go a little bit left with that wind. And let the wind take it back right into the center of the chains. Thomas is down again, and he's right next to the green. So we're all going to be having birdies on this first one. Next Northern Lights is Northern Lights 4. This one's been fun with the diamond. I found this line, put the bottom chevron, the base of that tree. Usually a straight pullback with this wind. I'm going to add a little bit of hyzer to make sure I avoid the pillar of that train track. And then set up right about here. Usually not right behind this tree is better. I'm going to glide Sapphire around the tree. I haven't tested how much collision the edges of this tree have on our foliage. And I don't really want to find out the hard way. I mean, I want to find out in practice mode because I want to know how much I can cut that in, how close I can cut it. But for now, I just make sure I give it plenty of width. Certainly the very edges don't have that collision. But I assume at least somewhere in the middle, they do. Although there are trees that just literally don't have collision at all, so I might be surprised like that. Northern Lights 1, slide left. There's the aim point. This wind has potential to make this awesome if I can hit it right. Oh yeah. Get down, get around the corner. Don't hit that tree. Okay, right next to Eddie. This is a tough shot, but we're gonna go for it. I can do 80 power on this one. Don't let this be the end of a bad choice. Oh, it's a bad choice. Stay, stay, stay. Dang it. We got too aggressive. We paid the price. Giving up a stroke there. And I was just missing left and right. That was even, I mean, I had the power judge right. I just missed to the side. Lost Island 6 is a glide skip drive. I slide right, put the middle chevron on the top of the spires, and just like a third of a disc of Anheuser. Going right over the top of those usually was feeling pretty good. And this is looking pretty good. Stay out. It is out here. This is one, though, I have not put as much practice recently as I should have been for getting this shot in. I try to think of it like Crow's Nest 9. So 180 on Crow's Nest 9 is here. But I tip go over the top, so I take a little bit off. And, oh, again, had the power right. Just missing to the right there. I give myself a lot more forgiveness, though, when I'm throwing in with the rhythm for missing left and right, because I has way more left and right movement than the Fuse, for example, which turns a little bit to the right, and that just keeps going straight. I recently realized on this hole, at least not without a headwind, that you can just throw a Sapphire across that far side. I had no idea that I would get there. So if you're playing and you're newer and don't have any ride or distance drivers yet, well, first watch the video I did on the 5 free diff and go get yourself that beat up windbreak drive. But before you do that, you could also take a Sapphire or your furthest flying, well, I don't know about other furthest flying fairway drivers, but the Sapphire would make it across to this green just fine. Thomas will no doubt be getting across. Oh, kick off the tree. He has the nice, is that the Ballista Pro? I think he has that glow Ballista Pro that he's throwing for that shot. Let's see, what's he have for there? It is, yep. Glide Roll Ballista Pro. I think that's is that the Albert Tom one? I'm not sure. It looks like Albert Tom's. I'll go, nope, not Water Skiff Sapphire. Like Glide Paradigm. Here's the aim point. And like a half disc of Anheuser. I messed this up last night when I was playing by going too far. Oh, did I do it again? Oh man, barely stayed safe. That was a lot closer than I'd like. I think I'll take Water Skip Sapphire up from here to get into the mouth of the cave. And it looks like we'll be able to save this birdie, but wow, that was definitely way too close for comfort. Thomas looked like he was off the tooth, but he's up here. Oh, he was taking a run at it. Off the tooth, but it looks like he's going to have a good look to be able to save that birdie, and we might not be picking the stroke back up here. I wonder if he's trying to line it up to bend around the tooth, which would be good news for me if he has that tricky shot. Oh, maybe he's not sure about the collision. That could have been what that one was. Okay, 3 holes to go. Pioneer Bay 4, like Glide Paradigm. I don't aim down on this one because I don't want it to turn too much to the left and hit that tree that I just went by. So I keep that aim plenty high in the sky and make sure it's fading back. And we're here for the putt or throw in. We'll throw like 30 power down. Oh, Thomas looks like he's stuck behind the tree. Is this going to be where we get our stroke back? Is he have his moth? Oh. Oh, it was those stupid thick trees. I could almost guarantee that he had a clear shot around the tree and there was no tree collision in the way. But those trees hitboxes are just huge. And so you can think you're getting around it, but then you're not at all. What's our win on Pioneer 3? All right, it's a go for it wind. I think it's about here for me and here. I'm liking it. Give me a good water skip. There's the water skip. We're out to the center island. Now it's a matter of getting across. The opening's out there kind of by that tree. So go to light glide paradigm. Oh, man. Oh, what? That had collision? Oh, man. I just assumed that that was safe. Well, that's a bummer. Now I'm here, 270. I guess I'll try to throw it in. I have nothing left to lose because I am. Oh, I lose actually. I'm at the bottom of this 4-player card already. With that, that was me trying to throw it in. I guess I should have tried to judge that power a little bit more. Well, that's a bummer. Thomas, he was over the top, but he is still going to be taking the birdie and getting back the stroke on this. This inadvertently became a Bam versus Thomas. This is where I started to get a few rounds of multiplayer in. All right, if there's anything I can run on this, I should. Now, not really. I guess there's take the Sapphire, a more direct line. This is where I've seen people run it. I'm going to base this fully off of what I've seen other people do. And then from here, I try to skip it in. Glide skip right about there. Is this going to kick right? Kick right off the sand? No. No kick right off the sand, and we're going to be getting the birdie. Looks like this one is probably going to be a loss. I mean, it is going to be a loss for us. Thomas here, his shot coming in, he will be right around the green. Yep, he's right around the green. He'll take the birdie, and we are coming in dead last on this card. Let's see if we can make it up on the final card coming up right away. I almost decided to not record this one without Thomas on the card. But instead we'll get our third round in. Oh, and there's Thomas. Okay, whoa. Then all of a sudden it did just become our best out of 3 match. I wasn't even really paying attention to the layout. I still haven't got a chance to feel that Voss. See if I get a chance here. Sticky musket. I'm not going to take a run at this with that wind. That's a little bit much for me. Because when I take a run at this, it heavily increases my chances of going OB. Because when I run at it, I have to take the accurate water skip Sapphire. Because that a little bit extra different distance. If you have a glide musket, that's a little bit further distance than non-glide Sapphire. And can make this hole a lot easier to ace. Grizzly Gulch 1. I don't trust the wind. I've tried to ace run this a few times, especially with the glide warship. That's then the ace line I have. It's a very low percentage ace line. That's the ace line I have. But when I get a tailwind, even without a tailwind, I've gone deep and into the water a few times. Just don't want that to happen. Okay, it is Voss time. Let's see how it does to the paradigm. Here's Marion suggesting this to me, the glide skip Voss. Thinking maybe it does better going uphill. So let's see if it does. Well, it beat everybody's paradigms. I assume that's other paradigms that were thrown there. But I don't know. I don't know if I see much of a difference in it from the Voss to the paradigm. They're very, very interchangeable discs, as far as I can tell so far anyway. Oh, this is a win we can run at it and actually have a little bit of a chance. Is it too tight? It's a little bit too tight. That's okay. I'll never not say it when I hit this ace against Ezra Hyde a couple seasons ago and prevented him from getting to 1,000. What a first time after hitting this ace to steal the win on hole 9. That was fun. Good game for that one, Ezra Hyde. I probably won't ever forget. And accurate sticky musket here. So middle chevron, my aim point's been a little bit to the right. And I've been missing a lot to the right. So I think I'm going to go more just closer to the right on top of it. And I am still going to miss to the right. Ugh. It's another one. Gotta figure out how to watch this way. Watch this way is just so boring. I get to slog. And heck, you guys probably wouldn't like watching videos if I was just sitting there holding the disc down, watching it sway for a minute on every freaking throw. Glide Sapphire on this one. A little bit of Anheuser because of the way that wind is going to push it forward. I think that wind will push it just fine. A little kiss on the top of the hillside. Fantastic. I mean, as much as a kiss can be a dead skip, that was a dead skip. But getting this within 70 feet is nothing that we're going to complain about going for eagles on Oak Hill. 70-foot throwing for eagle, I don't think is a problem on any of the Oak Hill holes. What are we edged out with? I don't even remember the courses. Lost Island. So Lost Island 6, slide right with arrive. I'm not going to give that the Anheuser because that 2-wind pushed out the Yanni Janny. That's interesting. I'm not sure I've seen anybody take that line. I want to see that work out. Dang, I really wanted to see that person get the eagle from that way. This is close to the 200 feet. So I'll go closer to my 200 power, like you guys are hearing me say I do on Crow's S9. And this is just so bad. It missed right and high. This is the one I've got to get this one into practice mode and figure out that throw in, because this is a place where it's safe to take a bid. There's no reason to lay it up for that throw in. And you've got to take a bid every time. And you've got to hit it sometimes too, like Crow's S9. Oh, yikes. This is a tough wind. I think it's glide water skip right for me. And I need to, well, make sure I get that water skip. Oh, yo! That is so far turned over. That doesn't look good. That doesn't look good at all. Oh! Hey! Lucky Banana. That shouldn't have been safe. I didn't deserve that. I'm going to go diamond because I don't want this to fade back out too early. Get it up here. This is a very undeserved birdie. I think that's the right play with this wind to water skip it, but clearly I didn't execute very well, which is why I ended up just barely hanging on to the edge of the green there. Looks like Thomas did it perfectly. What did he throw? Thomas, if you watch this, let me know if you water skip that. I said Thomas, probably Tomas. Dude, and tell me how to say your name. I think I'm very much Americanizing, Englishizing it. I'm not sure if you're in the US. Yeah, let me know what your play was there, because that looked perfect for you. Lost Island 3. See if we can get an eagle to close it out. My fear here is going to be not giving it enough Anheuser out of the hand. This is my 1 wind. I'll go here in my 2 wind. And I'm kind of liking how this looks. Miss that tree. And a real skip. Kick, cool. Did I get around it enough? I think I might be barely around enough. I'm gonna have to give this a bid with some Anheuser. And where's Thomas is out there. See if we can get him on this one. 120. Give it the Anheuser. Oh no. Way too much Anheuser. To just get safe to the green. Not able to get that last eagle to pull away. Unfortunately, but still a fun series of matches. I think I was +8 on the first one. I was -12 on the second one. And this one is going to be +4, so we're coming out even at the end of it. I think that's going to be what it is. +4, so even through this video. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this one. And as always, stay bogey free.